All right, guys, welcome back Inside the Pod with Lou. Like we start every podcast with a Bible verse, and today we're going to go off of the book of Deuteronomy 31, verse 8. And the Word of God states, "Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord will personally go ahead of you. He will be with you. He will neither fail you nor abandon you." Deuteronomy 31, 8. And with that being said, I'm with...
Francisco Hurtado, thank you for having me, Lou.
Yeah, for sure, bro. All right, so break it down. August 23rd, 559, Visalia Convention Center. You are the main event. And how does that feel, kind of like being able to headline the fight?
It's a blessing, man. It's an honor, a big responsibility. It's amazing to have the support and to be able to do what you love. This fight is this is my comeback fight. So I'm coming off a loss. So this fight is it's big. All fights are big, but this one's even bigger because this is the fight that I'm responding to the adversity of coming back off from a loss, and so it's a blessing to be faced with a little bit of adversity and a little bit of challenge, and we look forward as a team to showcase and perform and kind of show everything we've been doing behind the scenes and how we've been adjusting and coming back from that.
I like how you said that. I like how you said the adversity, right? So prior to that, you were 4-0, right?
Yeah.
And then you kind of come in, you get your first loss.
Yeah.
Kind of let us know, how does that feel, like kind of coming, 4-0, right? You're doing your thing, which and a loss is not necessarily bad, but how does that make you feel? Does that hurt your confidence, or did it make you go hit the gym harder? Like, how did it make you feel?
Well, a loss is it's a bitter taste in the mouth. It's a bitter pill. But honestly, it was at the time definitely at the time, sucked. Losing sucks.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you open with the Bible verse, and I'm a huge believer in God, and although sometimes things may not seem or things may not go according to plan or how we had planned for them. That's why God says to walk by faith, not by sight. And so, at the time it sucked to have that loss coming off, but it was like, maybe it's bigger than this. And so coming off that loss really made me tap back into going back to the basics and the discipline and kind of lighting that fire back in me. And from my first fight to my last fight recently, you could see like changes, and some of them, the changes, I will admit, I got away from being disciplined and really kind of, because of my first fight, I had my strength and conditioning coach, I had my diet weighed out, everything was going good, and then so as I got my amateur career progressed, I did kind of get away from doing all the right things, and coming back from this loss really recentered me and made me refocus to do the right things. I'm back with my strength conditioning coach, Coach Cam. We're back and better, mind's better, everything's kind of sticking back together, flowing together. So maybe maybe it wasn't my time back then, actually. And what's cool or funny or whatever, I don't know how you want to say it, but actually, although I lost to Anthony Montalvo, where I'm actually I got nothing but love for him, and this is at the end of the game. This is the fight game, so nothing personal. But actually, so I was, even from that fight forward, I was rooting for him and on his pro career. And actually, we were supposed to. I was supposed to meet up with him and train. He opened the doors. He said to come train, and we were actually supposed to be. This camp, I was actually supposed to go out there, and we were supposed to meet, but we had something come up, so I couldn't make it out for like the last couple of weeks of my camp. But I'm looking forward to go train with him and learn from him once his fight's done and see how get better.
Yeah.
There's that saying that as iron sharpens iron, one man sharpens another.
Okay,
so,
Proverbs 27:17. There you go.
So,
hey, I like that. Hey, so like I tell you, quick question: are you a little nervous? Are you nervous right here for the podcast?
No, I just for whatever reason I kind of like I do stutter like even when I'm trying to get my thoughts together.
No, but, I just meant like it's kind of crazy because you're gonna headline a fight, bro. You're 4-0. You're this fighter, right? It's kind of because when the lights come on.
Yeah, a little bit. Always nervous. My bad.
Yeah, you're good, bro.
All these
good.
lights.
I just wanted to make sure that the people understand that this is not as easy as it looks. You kind of come on, you're coming on to a spot. We have the lights, we got the cameras, everything kind of coming on. But even fighters can kind of get a little nervous, right? And I can already hear your message, Hurtado, and I love it, bro. Like that's just perfect, bro. You dropped scripture on me, Proverbs 27:17. So and it's kind of funny because I interviewed Mikey Bonilla, and he's from Kalinga.
Okay.
And guess what the Bible verse was for our podcast?
What was it?
Proverbs 27:17, as iron sharpens iron. I like how you put that out there. And no, that's good. Like adversity is for everybody. That's just life in general. Like you're gonna fall down. Remember, the Bible says a righteous man will fall 7 times but get back up, right?
Yeah.
And so I really like that you have that mindset, and then you're gonna go into the camp with them and you're gonna learn. Like that just shows like the kind of man that you are, not even just a fighter, right? So I could tell you right now off top, I know that like in general, we kind of like, we're so new to this. You're our second fighter. We had Isaiah Walls on the other day, right?
Yes, sir.
And same thing. He kind of came in off a night shift and he was a little nervous. Same with us. Like we hadn't really never done this, So
yeah.
I kind of want to make sure that not only do we get to know who you are, bro, one, but we kind of talk about like the fight. So August 23rd, we're going to be at the Visalia Convention Center, right?
Yes, sir.
I think doors open at 5:30 the last time I heard, right?
Yeah.
Little birdie told me.
5:30. Fight start at 6.
Yeah, and then so from there, I think like you said, it always takes like a little adversity, a little fall, a little something to kind of get the mind right?
Yeah.
If we skip steps, bro, and we think that we're gonna, we take a shortcut, we could, that could hurt us in the long run. And that's just not with the fight. That's in life in general, right? Because we gotta stay consistent of what we do. Right. So I like that, bro. How you're resetting, the mind's good. It sounds like you're on the right track. We are gonna be at the event. We're gonna be at the fight. And so I look forward to it, bro. I look forward to seeing how you're going to come out and how you're going to respond. But now, like I said, since we're on the podcast, we're already going, we're flowing. And think of this as round 1, all right?
Yes, sir.
We're kind of coming in. We're going to settle in.
I got to give a quick shout out to Coach Mags, though. That's where I heard he said, as iron sharpens iron, one man sharpens another. And it was Coach Mags that said it.
Oh, at a Fireball Wrestling.
Fireball,
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. And hopefully we get him on the podcast one day. I live in Fireball. I live right by the high school, too.
Okay, cool.
And then we had Coach Moreno on, right?
Yes,
so
yes, sir.
It was kind of cool. I'm glad that, you mentioned that. And Coach Mag is a legend, bro. 41 years.
Yeah, legend.
So for sure. But let's get into a question real quick, right?
Yeah.
So pretty much like, how did you get into fighting? Like, was it something that you kind of just grew up, that you got into? Were you a wrestler? Or like, how did you get into fighting?
No. So how I got into fighting, like the actual fighting. Well, let me break it down a little bit.
Break it down.
So I remember I had long story short, I had a football season my freshman year. I wasn't seeing.
And you went to what high school?
I went to Kalinga High School.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Just want to make sure you're out there. Horned Toads, right?
Yeah, Horned Toads.
All right, respect.
So once a toad, always a toad.
Oh, I like that.
But so I wasn't having success in the football field, and I was telling my dad I need to hit the weights, and my dad wasn't really he wasn't big on the weights yet at that time, and then long story short, him and my coach Lowell, Bubby, same person. So so my coach Bubby, he was working with my dad, and long story short, he told my dad to bring me through to his gym. And I remember thinking dang, he has I was thinking like a gym with the weights and stuff, right?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it's in his garage. But no, he had the mats. So he had an MMA gym. And so I remember he followed my dad home. And then they picked me up, and then we went to his house. And then that's when I first got introduced to MMA. And then
what year was this?
This is 2014,
okay.
December 2014, at the end of the year.
That was a good year.
Yeah, 2014.
I got into the to our classification unit at the jail.
Oh, shoot, hey, yeah, it was a great year for us.
For sure.
And then so that was the start of it. And then I remember when I was in 6th grade, my dad would take my brother and I to go box out there in Avenel, and we went for 2 months, and then we stopped. And then so I kind of always like wish that I had continued. So when this opportunity presented itself, I was like, nah, like, it's like a second chance and let me stick with it.
Yeah.
And then as far as like competing wise, I remember maybe like 2 years later, some of the guys were talking about how they were asking like each other, like, if they're gonna take fights. And I remember they asked me and I said, oh yeah, I'll take a fight. And then like that kind of like was like, oh, well, I already said I'm gonna take a fight. So now I kind of got to take a fight. And then I took the fight and then I just, I've been taking another one, fell in love with it. And so now it's just a craft we try to perfect. And then, so it's like, and it's a cool journey, like fighting in MMA it's a cool journey more than anything. Like, you meet great people along the way, like, like yourself, even with the guys that I've shared the octagon with, they're actually, we our relationship ends up going past the cage and the octagon. And so I think that's kind of cool, even, we travel up and down the valley. We cross train out there sometimes with the, we do cross train with the Valley Fight Club. We cross train with the Pit and Slow. I'm gonna start training out there with Anthony and his coach and his team, and then
it's all about networking.
Yeah, and then we train like where I train at Tri-City MMA and Avenel Underdog Boxing, like with my coaches, Coach Bubby, Coach Robert, and Coach Mike out there at Avenel. And then actually we have a new coach that his name's Coach Andre, and he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. So that's like exciting. That's new to the team. Okay. And so
a little diversity, right? Teaching you guys a little bit of
everything. Yeah. So it's exciting to have someone at that level come into the gym and be a part of the team. And so I'm excited to go learn from all these doors are opening up, and it's a blessing that to have people willing to show you and to allow you to come and they could share their knowledge. And so that's what's new and what's up and coming. Okay. And so that's what we're looking forward to. This, August 23rd, this is a fight though, so we're not getting too ahead. That's a main event against Idris. Great, great challenge. He's a good fighter. I believe he's a purple belt. So he's got, I want to say he's 3, 4, 5 win streak. I know he just submitted he's coming off a submission win on December. And so I'm looking forward to sharing the octagon with him and sharing it with a great opponent. And
awesome. Yeah, no, for sure. Well, kind of speaking about that, I'm going to jump into the next question, right?
Yes, sir.
So what would you say your fighting style is then? So now is it kind of turning into you're kind of becoming a mixed martial artist, or would you feel like you kind of have like a special, because I know you had 3 knockouts, right, on your first 4. So
yeah.
Would you say you're more of a striker, or what would you say you are?
So that's funny because actually I felt like I got it. So when I first started fighting, I came in and I fought Tavius, and then I got TKO, and then I fought George, so it was TKO, and then Alfonso TKO, and then, but if you go back and watch those, the fights started getting longer, and then I started trying to wrestle a little more, against Jacob and then I just got out wrestled against Anthony.
Well, he's also Oklahoma State, right?
Yeah, no, he's a beast. So what's it called? But as from my amateur career, I feel like that's what it's for, like to get you ready for the pros. And so, like we're trying new things out and seeing what works. And I kind of got away from what I started with, which was the striking and the hands.
Okay.
Of course, we're always trying to be well-rounded. And but I would say like my style is definitely, I like to come forward. But I would say I don't know. I like to throw my hands and strike and.
Okay. So right now you would say more a striker, but you're kind of turning into a more of like a overall mixed martial artist.
Yeah, I would say we try to be like the goal, obviously, to be the well-rounded mixed martial artist. Sure. But I think like my coaches and I believe like actually like it's the people that watch the fights and people that the people that love the fight game.
Yeah, the fans.
And I like the supporters, everyone that supports.
Supporters, yeah. Remember, you're talking to us too. We're new to this whole thing,
No,
so like, yeah.
I know. I
We're
just I don't
adjusting.
know. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm not like I feel like fans. I don't know. Like I like the supporters because they're supporting me. You know, it's like it's a blessing because without them, I wouldn't be able to do what it is that I love, and without their help, like so it's like they support me to be able to chase my dreams, and so it's
Okay.
I don't know, but that's just how I see it. But what's it called? But yeah, so I would say, out of all that I just was yapping about, I think that we like to since the fight starts off on the feet, we like to have a strong base on the feet, which is striking, and then eventually get down to wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and all that. But I'm looking forward to bring back the how I first started, with that kind of pace and
Kind of pushing the pace, striking, going forward.
Letting
You're
everything-
trying to bring that guy back.
yeah, letting
Okay.
everything fly. And I feel like that guy kind of got away from the fight game, and I think that
And so that's what we're gonna see a little bit. So now we're gonna jump into the 23rd, right?
Yeah.
Is that what the fans should expect on the 23rd? Is Hurtado that kind of comes forward and strikes and kind of gives a good show?
that's what I'm looking to bring. Again, it is a fight, so we could say this and that,
Adjustments, yeah.
and then the fight goes in a whole nother way.
For sure.
We're ready for it all, but yeah, I look forward. We as a team look forward to bringing back the how we first started, the letting the hands fly, the fireworks, that kind of style. And
There you go.
and
Okay, we just finished July, bro. So 4th of July, we need some fireworks in August too.
Yes, sir,
right?
yeah.
Okay. So kind of you talked about it a little bit, but I'll touch back on it again. So what gyms do you currently do you train out of? So I know you talked about some of your coaches, but let's give them their flowers again, right? So what you say, where do you train out of, and some of your training partners, if you want to throw them out there, give your team some love.
Yeah, yes, sir. So home gym, Tri-City MMA, Avenel Underdog Boxing. My coaches, my coach Rob, Coach Bubby, Coach Andre, Coach Mike. And then we cross-train with Valley Fight Club in Hanford. We cross-train with the Pit at San Luis Obispo. And then looking forward to start cross-training and training with Anthony and his team as well.
And where do they fight out of?
Anthony, he trained his coach is Coach Izzy Silva, and I believe he trains out at Silverback Wrestling. I know it's Silverback. I want to say Silverback Wrestling. We could double check that.
Yeah, we'll double check it. We'll fact check
yeah.
it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But I just want to give a shout out to everybody,
Yeah,
right?
shout out Anthony for opening the doors.
There you go. And
And,
then that was, like I said, that's kind of, I mean, I'm learning about all this, so I don't know if that's something that other fighters do, but that's really cool, how you guys are going to get to, he's going to actually help you out and vice versa, So that's cool, man.
Yeah, training partners. My training partners. Actually, you guys will see him. You guys will see him on the card. Actually, both of my training partners, you guys will see on the card.
Okay.
Isidro Sanchez, heavyweight, and Israel Aldama, 175. So
Okay.
expect fireworks. I know Israel's fight. We don't have much film on who's Isidro. We call him Sid.
Okay.
We don't have a lot of film on who Sid's fighting because I believe he's making his debut. But I know Israel's guy. I think his name is Julian.
Okay.
And if it's not Julian, my bad, bro.
You're good.
I'm bad with names.
And I'm my bad for not knowing the fighter. I should have had a little thing, but once again, we're learning, we're adjusting.
No, yeah,
and,
for
as we
sure.
continue to go, we'll make sure that we get better. But we apologize if it's not the name.
Yeah, that's my bad. I should have, my bad, man. But
Yeah, I should.
Hey, we get hit in the head, So it's maybe it's that. I don't know, the trauma catching up. Now I'm just playing, but he fights super hard. He comes forward and fights super hard, and is really good striker too. So that's gonna be a firework.
Okay.
It's just if you watch it. So that's gonna be a cool fight. Fights to look forward to. Sid too, man. I'm excited to see.
I'm
it.
gonna ask you kind of a tough question, right? Maybe
What's
you
up,
don't
what's
know.
up?
Do you know
Let
how
me
many
see.
fights are gonna be on the card?
Approximately, I want to say last time I checked was like 14 to 16. But fights always get
Yeah. Stuff
people,
always
injuries
changes.
happen, people don't make weight, stuff like that. So, but for sure, I want to say at least expect like 12 fights maybe for
But
sure.
I'll make sure I make a video, guys, and we'll when we get all the correct information, we'll drop it. So right here, like I said, this is they get to see it. We're live and raw, bro. We're just kind
we're
of going.
raw.
We're kind of coming out. I mean, really, we barely met before this interview, right?
Yeah.
And it was kind of like I said, we're flowing. We're going in there, right? We're round 2 now. We're trying to get a little more comfortable.
Yeah,
So we'll be okay. Okay now kind of let us know, bro. Let us know what's the mindset going up into a fight. Like you're going in. Let's say it's fight week. Fight week. I'm pretty sure the mindset's a little different. But what's the like I told Isaiah, what's your mindset like the day of fight night when you're actually walking in and as you get into the cage? Can you break that down to us?
Yeah. So from walkout. So I remember I seen this interview that Nick Diaz had said a long time ago, and it makes sense like now that as we're in there in the scene. I love the Diaz Bros too. So
sure.
big
Shout
fan.
out Stockton, man.
Hey, shout out to them.
I watched them kind of growing up too, so
Oh
I've
yeah,
always
yes,
been fans
sir.
of them. Yeah.
But I
Maybe
remember
one day we'll get them on the podcast.
Yeah. Hopefully they make
manifest it.
Yeah, manifest. It'll happen. 2020 date to be announced.
Yeah.
But they'll be here
For sure.
But no. So I remember he said something about like how he likes his locker room to be kind of like all the kind of like bait, like not too high, not too low, and so I kind of like. Because then you also, what happens is in the back, they put you with all the other guys that are fighting. Like they split us up with red and blue, but you'll see all the people coming back from a fight, whether they'll be on a high because they just won, or they'll be on a upset because they lost, or they'll be bloody. So there's a lot of raw emotion going back from people coming back, people leading up to their fight. So how they lock in is different, and then so you'll see all that. But you kind of like, well, at least what I like to do, like I see it, but I like to tune it out. Like I just see it, but I don't. Like it doesn't matter. Like I'm focused on my fight. I'm focused on what I gotta do. At the same time, like we might be getting tape, or I'm kind of keeping a mental note, kind of like of where the fights are going, and then making like I'm also getting taped. I'm making sure I'm stretched out, warmed up, making sure that we're locked in. Not getting too exciting, not letting my energy kind of crash, kind of trying to keep it at a certain level. And as the walkout builds, then obviously your body, like the butterflies, keep trying to come up, and you start getting these feelings like that fight or flight. You're about to go fight, and then when that starts coming to, it's like I remember John Jones said like he said it's like the butterflies. It's like. When you get that feeling, it's like he compared it to a fire, like meaning like if you like that's your body when it's becoming the most powerful that it's being, but if you don't control it, which is like the fire you're talking about, the emotion, then it's gonna be like a fire that just spreads out and kind of like takes out everything. But if you kind of control it, then then you learn how to like filter that all like into one, the energy connected. Then that's when you're the most dangerous, and your body's you're getting. Everything's kind of all your attributes and everything is getting heightened because you're about to go into this fight, a literal fight,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I try to keep everything kind of like under control. I don't want to get too crazy, not too soon. And then, like as the walkout comes on and your song comes on, I like to kind of soak it all in and then take a mental note and walk out. Make sure I don't fall, on the stairs, and then. Just make my way to the cage, take my time, relax, get comfortable, and when all the lights, all the cheering, whether it's cheering, booing, whatever, and then come out and make my walk, make sure we're envisioning everything, game plan, locking in. The closer I get to the cage, the more we're tunnel vision, and then really just kind of goes from there. Touch the gloves.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw me. Like I feel like right now I'm just locked in, bro.
Yeah,
that's good, bro. Heck yeah. All right, so now I'm going to ask you, kind of go into that leading up to the fight. Where do you get your motivation from?
Motivation. I've always said that I enjoy winning, but I hate losing more than I enjoy winning. So, and I coming off the taste of the loss, like I don't like that. So, obviously the motivation, like, you don't want to lose again, you want to get better. But motivation is like a feeling. Like it's really not the motivation that kind of it might make you start, or it might carry you throughout the week or whatever. But really, it's kind of more your discipline that you fall back to. Like so, it's kind of like the motivation. It kind of helps you start, but the discipline is what gets you there, and kind of makes you keep going. And then I feel like they go back and forth, like because you're disciplined, you're motivated, and sometimes when you're not motivated, your discipline kind of carries you through. So I feel like it's a constant game of back and forth. Like everything's kind of balancing itself out. But motivation, obviously we want to. And another thing too, where I get my motivation is all the it's a blessing to have people that believe in you, and so I like to get my motivation from there too. Like I want to like I don't try to focus on like negative stuff. Of course, sometimes it comes up because we're all human,
Yeah.
as even fighters. But I like to get my motivation too. Like I want to be able to prove the people that believed in me right, and like because time is a valuable thing, and so when people give time, it's your coaches are giving you time, your partners are giving you your time. You want to be able to like hey, this isn't for nothing, like I'm putting it now. I got to do my part, put the time in, and do everything right. And so I feel like motivation comes from like I try to really pull motivation from everything, from it could be from anything.
From your girl.
It could be from my girl. It could be from
Your coach, your dad.
an interaction I have at the gas station, coach, a video I seen, someone doing their thing that's like they're doing, it's like, oh, cool, that, you're doing anything that motivates me. It's feed off the positivity.
Well, I like how you said time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going to cue in my favorite Bible verse. It's all about timing, right? So Isaiah 60:22, when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Right? So I feel like it's about the timing. You set that up perfect, bro. Are you sure you never played basketball? You weren't a point guard? You kind of threw it up right there. You lobbed it for me. So I really appreciate that, right? I feel like now we're kind of going into the later rounds of this podcast and
Yes, sir.
starting to flow in a little more, right? You're kind of getting in there and really, I know we're going to talk about the fight game and kind of break you down a little bit. But after we kind of go over that stuff, we're going to get to know who you are, okay?
Right.
But right now we're going to introduce, because we're obviously... Remember, guys, August 23rd, we're going to be at the Visalia Convention Center. Doors open at 5:30. Fight start at 6. We think there's 14. We think there's 12. But I promise you we'll get the times right, and we'll redo a video to let you guys know exactly how many fighters are out there. I wouldn't want to blame myself for not being prepared as far as knowing all the fighters. This is all new to us, right?
Yeah.
Adjusting.
Yeah,
right?
it's all good.
And so we'll get into the next question, right? So now that you kind of said all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I heard you say down the road, right? So what is the goal? Is the goal to be a professional fighter, like going to the UFC, or what's the goal for you?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a loaded question. So you can kind of break it down how, because I'm learning about like all these these newer, like I know they have A1. I know you're in 559, but I'm saying, what is the goal for you?
For sure, the goal is to make it as far as we can make it. Meaning, like, I'm not even gonna put like of course, the goal is, my bad.
No, you're
but,
good, bro. Because remember, you put the goal here, we'll manifest it for you, bro. We can always pray on it.
Yeah,
remember,
no.
The Lord answers prayers, bro. So
No, amen. I agree,
right
amen.
Say it. What's the goal?
The goal, the ultimate goal, on top of like the ultimate goal is to be a world champion, right?
Sure.
That's the ultimate goal.
Okay.
And
because I know I know you want to answer, you want to be humble, but come on.
Oh yeah, of course. But the goal, like that late, like as I've gotten a little older, is like I don't even want to put like no limits or anything like that. I don't even want to like
our expectations.
I don't like, or kind of limit, like like I remember I read something that said something like I think it was like talking about the ego making goal. Setting limits. Like it's like kind of like don't kind of limit yourself, because don't try to like. It was kind of more so talking about like don't try to like figure something out. Like say for example something went this way in your life and you're like, oh, maybe it happened because of this and that, and then I learned that's like I try not to do like maybe that happened because of this. I always say it happened for a reason. Like it's part of my plan. It happened for like I'm not I'm not God. I don't know why this happened, but I just trust and that it happened for a good reason. And like you talk about timing, and I talk about like like whatever happened in December and whatever happened in September, like that was for a reason. Maybe I don't know it yet, but it has to be for good, And so that's why I always say like I don't like to put like the limits or the on what I could do. I just told myself I was like, I'm just gonna put the hours in, and I'm just gonna put the work in, and try to become the best version that I could be. And that's like in the cage, out the cage, as a significant other, as a brother, son, friend. And so I just try to put my best foot forward, and of course it'd be nice to be we always want to be champions and stuff like that, but now my attitude is just become the best version I could be, like constantly, sharpen, and then whatever comes from that. Like, so
Yeah,
become
iron sharpens
champions.
iron.
Yeah.
I like that.
So
Okay.
yeah, but in a nutshell, yeah, to become world champion, but also just to become the best that we could be.
Best version of yourself. Yeah. No, I can get down with that. Like I said, I would have never imagined where I'm at today, bro. Like I told you, this
Yeah.
thing has all been a blessing. We're talking about the Lord and what He kind of delivers to us, and I like how you're giving me these openings to, like, you're making it easy for me to kind of throw it out there. So the next question I'm gonna ask you is, what's your relationship like with the Lord?
I try to make it as good as possible, right? Of course, but like that's the human aspect of it all. It's like we all sin, like
For sure.
like I think it's even in the Bible that it's like, but I do I wake up every day and I get on my knees and thank God for this is kind of like, I don't really talk on this, but because so yeah, I wake up every day and I'll pray. Or at least, I try to, of course.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
human. Sometimes once in a while, whatever, we don't. But I wake up every day and I pray, thank God for another day, and to thank God that I'm willing to able to chase my dreams. And then at nighttime, I pray to, for thank you for allowing me to make it home. And then I say that was more longer. My morning one's a little shorter, but and then in between, like before I eat a meal or something, I try to say grace. Actually, like so you think I'm kidding. Actually, my alarm clock, oh shoot, my bad. Actually, my alarm clock, you could read what it said right there. Like,
All right. So it says right here, go to CPR 8, thank God. And
oh
be
yeah, the
great.
CPR one, that was just a one-time thing. But my other alarms that are on, it just says thank God and
Oh.
go be great. Like,
I know, yeah, every day. You said it.
and that's
it's
what I
right
try to
there,
do.
bro. 5:35 every
but yeah,
morning.
my CPR one, I couldn't miss my CPR training.
No, hey, that's
supervisors
amazing.
would get mad.
No, that's amazing. I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. And when it comes to, like, okay, I didn't grow up in a church. I found God, like I told you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe it's about religion. It's about relationship.
Right.
And I can tell you right now, you're working on your relationship. You sound humble, bro. You sound like a great kid. You're from a small town. You're doing a great thing. Like I said, and I'm gonna help
Thank
you out
you.
here. I don't know too much about. I'm learning. I'm still new in my faith and in my walk with the Lord. But I can tell you this, bro. Read Romans 10:9. If you believe in Romans 10:9, you're gonna be good. Read that later. Romans 12:2. It's about renewing the mind daily.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like as you kind of go through there, and as you really want to grow, just tell God, like, show me. Give me the wisdom. Teach me. I feel like you're already doing it, and in time, bro, your relationship will grow. God will bless you. And I could really tell. It's great to hear. Like I said, this is all raw and authentic, right? We don't really have an idea. But I mean, the podcast, I'm going to be honest, like, God is good, bro. Like 3 years ago, I was working for the sheriff department, right?
Yeah.
About 2 months ago, I was a manager for Good Guys Tire and Auto. Today, I'm a podcaster. Right now, I have, like, you talked about faith, right?
Yeah.
And when people have faith, bro, faith is something that you can't see. So you have to
Right.
truly believe in the Lord, right?
Yeah.
And I could tell you like this, bro, like, I have no sponsors. I have no money coming in. I have nothing going on right now, right? A lot of my family, a lot of people questioning my decisions. What are you doing? What's going on? But I'm
Right.
telling you, bro, the Lord has delivered it to me. He's shown me. He's put it in my heart that this is what I'm meant to do. I'm telling you, bro, I get up now every morning with a purpose. Like, I get up, bro, I do my workout, right? I try to, stay consistent, right? Disciplined. And I'm going to tell you about sinners, right? So a little bit about the Bible real fast on this podcast. Nothing crazy. Right? Just break it down for you.
Yeah.
So we were born into sin, right?
Right.
And so, like John 3:16 says, the Lord sent His only Son, His only begotten Son, to come into the world and die for our sins, right? And if you Romans 10:9 it, read that verse when you have a time, and you can text me later.
Okay.
Romans 10:9. If you believe that in your heart, bro, you're saved. And then from there, you work on your relationship with the Lord. It's not about, oh, well, you need to do this, you need to go to this church, you need to go. In time, bro, let God work on you. Don't worry about his walk and her walk and this walk and that. Remember, religion is man. So people are going to tell you, if you're a Christian or you're Catholic or you're apostolic, you're Pentecostal, they're going to tell you, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. Once again, I have nothing against those religions at all, but it's your relationship with the Lord at the end of the day. And it sounds like you're already kind of working on it, right? And God is intentional, bro. Like you said, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So Hurtado's on this podcast for a reason, right?
Yes, sir.
And I'm kind of breaking that down to you, bro. I can see it in you. And I can tell you right now, bro, you have a bright future, and the Lord loves you, bro. And He's gonna bless you in time. What I've kind of learned, and someone taught me this, is when you're gonna fight or you're in a competition or you're in something, right?
Right.
The Lord doesn't pick and choose, so you can't pray like, Lord, like help me win. Just Lord, let me do my best, right? Because remember, not only are you a child of God, so is your opponent, right? Yeah. So like I was kind of telling you prior to the podcast, like I'm gonna start podcasting with all you different fighters. Right. I can't say like, oh, I'm this guy over this guy, right? Because if I'm interviewing all you guys, I mean, I want all you guys to be blessed. I just don't want you guys to get hurt. But I'm trying to tell you, bro, I understand now why the Lord's putting me in the fight game. Meeting all you guys, kind of interacting, everyone's been so kind, nice. It's been awesome. It's been amazing. Meeting fighters like you, meeting fighters like Isaiah, meeting the people that I've met already, like, it's been a blessing. And I can tell you right now, bro, like, I knew nothing about fighting, but I'm very, very eager to learn now more. And when I come on, I want to be able to, like I said, podcasting is what I do, bro. They used to always call me, a little boy, hey, bro, you talk too much. Hey, you did this. Hey, you know, they used to call me like, you know, so it's like, wow, now the Lord, look how good God is. He's blessing me, bro. I talk for a living, you know? Yeah. And I wanted to share that with you, but you're on the right track, bro. You're on the right track, you know?
No, thank you. Actually, I was blessed with great parents. My mother's always kind of, and her family as well. Their mom, she's always kind of like, she always with God and praying, and you know, whenever you go, we have a rosary in the car. Like my sister actually just did her first communion like a couple days ago.
Congratulations to your sister.
Yes, sir. You know? Thank you. But it's funny you said most talkative because I got that in middle school, most talkative. So really? I was like, I'd be getting in trouble for just talking and yapping. So I was like, once as I got older, I was just trying to like chill out, and stop talking. But since then, I'm just like. And then I'm like, oh, man, I talk too much, man.
Yeah, no, I could tell you, like, with me, I got biggest ego.
You say what?
So I got biggest ego.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel like I used to be really arrogant, bro. But then I look at it like, when I became a follower of Christ, like, that version of me is gone. You know, now the new version of me, like, it's about love, bro. It's about genuinely caring for people, wanting to bring you on my podcast, genuinely wanting to get to know you. And like I told on the last one with Lena Gonzalez, right, the ring announcer. Yeah. I explained in the podcast, like, I've told people if I told you you're gonna come on the podcast, I promise you I'll reach out. Yes, it's gonna happen. Like, but right now, like, you saw the schedule.
Yeah.
I'm blessed, bro. Like, I first started doing this thinking,
he's popping. Nah, it's good.
No, yeah. I mean, and it's all, like I said, all glory to God. Like, because at the end of the day, like, I was like, who am I gonna bring on? Like, who's gonna come on the podcast? And I had a vision of how I wanted to do it. And like lately, I just kind of been, you know, being obedient, you know, disciplined.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'm just trying to like listen to the Lord. And now look at 559 reached out. I'm very blessed, you know, to be able to have the opportunity to interview the headliner. I'm going to bring it one more time. August 23rd, guys, Visalia Convention Center. This guy's going to be headlining the fight. Doors open at 5:30, right?
I start at 6.
All supporters, all fans. He doesn't say fans, but look at, you have a fan and Inside the Pawaloo, bro.
Thank you.
Know, for life. I'm telling you right now. As for whatever you do, bro, like I could tell you, like, it's called discernment too. As you learn with the Lord, He'll give you discernment, bro. I feel like energy's like, it's like weird. Like, I'll be in a room, bro, and if it's a negative energy, I just feel it. And I can tell you, when you came in, bro, good. All good, you know? And I think that's the little stuff. Like you said, 5:35, bro, I seen it on your alarm clock. You showed it. I should have showed it to the camera. It says on there, like, talk to God, give it to God. And that's amazing, bro. Like, and that's how it starts. It's just baby steps. Don't let someone tell you, oh, no, you need to do this, and now you need. You talk to God. God will give you the time how to do it, you know?
No, yeah, you're right, absolutely. And I feel like they kind of mimic like like life and the Bible, and it'll kind of like you'll see something that that's what I'm trying to say.
It all ties in.
But you know, it's funny because I have a friend. His name is Ruben.
Okay.
And
I have a friend named Ruben too.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And so he's a good friend, you know, a great friend of mine. And you know, we talk about things like that too. Like, and then it's like, and then like the more you kind of pay attention to these patterns and stuff, like the more they kind of like start popping out. And so that's why like everything's kind of falling into place right now. Just like personally for like, you know, as far as like, even for my girlfriend too, like she shout out to her. She just became a RDH.
Oh, what's an RDH?
Registered dental hygienist.
Okay, shout out. I mean, she's right there, so shout out to you.
So if you guys get your teeth clean, she got you guys.
Oh, there you go. Okay, you gotta have that smile, bro. Because remember, if you're gonna be a world champion, we're gonna smile. Got to put you on the poster. So now we know we got the plug right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Cat's out of the bag.
There you go.
So it's everything's falling good, and so it's a blessing right now. Like, you know, all these all these things are coming along, you know, and I don't think it's like coincidental. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. You're just
good
hard work
or bad. Like I've had injuries that have came up in my life leading up for a fight or even like off season. So things I feel like they happen for a reason. When I was a little younger, I was still young, but when I was a little younger, what's it called? I used to kind of like sometimes get upset at the way things would happen, or maybe things didn't go this way, or I had a plan for them to go this way. But then now as I've gotten older, I've realized like even like with the my personal life and then with the fight game, things sometimes don't go to plan. And I've learned kind of like to just kind of trust it, like. And sometimes it ain't easy. I'm sure you've been there.
Yes,
I'm sure people, if you guys are watching, I'm sure you guys been there. But it's that's kind of when you kind of test yourself and test like in the moment of adversity. It's kind of like it's cool to talk real cool when everything's going good, but like when things are falling in. But then it's kind of like, when things don't go that way, how are you gonna react? And I feel like that's kind of like when it's like, all right, like maybe I'm not like where I think I am, or maybe like, oh, cool, like I am starting to like pick up and all the work that we've been doing, and it's starting to show in the growth and in this and that. Or sometimes you're like, man, gotta go back to grow some more, or, hit the like deep dive again and figure it out. So
yeah,
that's cool though. It's like I feel like life's a journey. Same thing with mixed martial arts, it's a journey, and you meet great people along the way, and
I appreciate that, bro.
And so it's cool. It's I'm enjoying the ride.
Yeah, no, for sure. Think of it like this. I'm gonna kind of go back off of scripture right now, at least
Yes,
a little
sir.
bit, right? So, I look at it like this, bro. I used to be the same way, like, oh, why didn't I get this? Why didn't I get that?
Yeah.
I rejected here. And as you start getting closer to the Lord, and it'll come, because you say you're young. I mean, you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 24. I'll be 25 in October.
Hey, you're a baby, bro.
Yeah.
And so think of it like one door closing. Don't think of it as a rejection, bro. Think of it as God's protection. So he closed that door for you because there's going to be a bigger door for you. And you always got to think that way. Like, you're right. Everything happens for a reason. So if we kind of like, and it's all about Romans 12:2, renewing the mind. If we're going to think negative, it's going to be negative. You got to think positive.
Yeah.
So I try to ask myself, that's what I try to tell myself now. I'm just going off of me, and I can't go off anybody else. Lord, what are you trying to show me? What are you trying to teach me? Right? So if something's not going my way, right? So I adjusted that, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
it's all about adjustments, bro. Things in life happen. Like,
Yep.
I'm not telling you, yesterday I came from like doing my back has been messed up lately. Even right now, you see me, I'm kind of like, so it's way better than it was, right? But we were leaving the spot, bro. And I have a habit of being on my phone. So like, and it's not a good habit. It's a bad habit. So if you drive and use your phone, I'm one of the worst ones. I do it all the time, bro. And I like listen to scripture, or I'll listen to a song, but I'd be on my phone. And this time I wasn't on my phone, but I was driving. It was a little dark, and I was going into an intersection, and I almost went right into the intersection, bro. And I stopped just right, and it's like I felt something tell me like stop, and then I just stopped.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then there happened to be no cars coming, bro. But any other day it would have been like maybe I would have got hit or something, and then I just went around, and then I just looked at it again, and I was just like, thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
Like that was His protection, right?
Oh,
and
for sure.
Just little things, like I said, and just look at it like if you think of it that way, and it's not easy. Don't think of it like, oh, I'm gonna go home and it's gonna. No, it takes time, right?
Yeah.
And the beauty of, like, once again, I'm gonna use it one more time. Isaiah 60:22. So when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. And so
Yes,
that's why it's my favorite verse, because it's all about timing, bro. It's not yours, not mine, but it's all God's. So with that kind of being said, I'm gonna ask one more question about the fight game.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of really pretty much asked them all. But now I want to get to know you. So you were, because I wanted to break down the fight, and I want everyone to understand, like, August 23rd, you're headlining this fight, Visalia Convention Center, right? 559 fights. You've been with them for how long now? How long you been in 559 fights?
I made my debut November 13th, 2021.
Okay, so we're going on 4 years.
Yeah.
Okay, dang, you're kind of like a veteran.
Nah.
Yeah, think about, I promoted at 4 years at the jail. So you think about it, that's enough to be a leader, right? So we're getting close in November, 4 years. And I like you're being humble, bro. It's good. Let me kind of give you a little bit of like that. It's not as easy, right?
Thank you.
4 years is something like, think about it, bro. In 4 years, they give you a college degree, right? In 4 years, they allow you to promote to a leadership role in a department. So once you hit your 4 years in this fight game, I'm not saying anything. Just think of it like now you're kind of ready to take that next step. And I truly believe it. As you're 24, you're kind of getting to 25. You're gonna have good car insurance soon. 25, you gotta get lower rates, bro. But it's kind of coming as you go, and I really could see it. But we kind of gave so I'm trying to think what else. So if after this event, how do you usually what's the process kind of going through the recovery after? It depends on how much damage you take, right? Obviously.
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course it depends how the fight goes. That's why we never really schedule anything out. Plus I also gotta talk to my coaches and
for sure.
and see what they say. Recovery, yeah. I mean, it just depends how the fight goes. Also how camps go. Injuries, a lot of people don't know, but injuries happen in camps too. And
I was gonna ask you. So how long is a camp usually for you? So I asked Isaiah this. So how long is usually a camp?
Just 8 to 10 weeks usually.
Okay.
It depends. Some could be shorter, some could be longer. But
and when you're locked in, are you locked in? Are you one of those guys that goes it's all about camp and you're not doing nothing else? You're no outside world, or how do you handle a camp?
Yeah. Usually I kind of
ghost mode.
Put the world on pause a little bit and get lost in the craft and try to learn as much as I can from my opponents, and then I feel like yes, I do lock in and play everything on pause. If really it's the fight, whatever fight I have at the time takes priority, but so yeah, I do.
No, yeah, I'm just saying because
I kind of don't see my family and stuff like that. Even my family, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But most of my family, they live down south, right? Okay. And so sometimes events go on, but if I'm in fight camp, I'm not gonna go. I gotta train. What's it called? I'm trying to spend as many hours in the gym as I can, and staying healthy and trying to recover, get my sleep, make sure my diet's good, and just kind of have everything good.
Yeah.
Shout out to my girl Olivia. She's a trooper. I'm sorry. I feel like, but without her though, I wouldn't be able to do a lot of this either, because she supports me greatly, and she's patient, she understands, and I feel bad sometimes. She does do maybe I'm not there because say I'm training 2-3 times a day, or say if I have I do tell her I'm my bad. I know that sometimes this lifestyle could get a little boring, maybe because just constantly training but so shout out to her. She'd be sometimes getting my meals right, so
hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, with a powerful man, a strong man, a successful man, you always need that strong woman, bro, by your side. I can tell you right now, inside the pod with Lou would be nothing without my wife. So shout out to Alyssa.
Yeah, shout out Olivia.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to the wives.
Yeah, it has to be, bro. If once you and that's all when you start getting closer to the Lord too. He's gonna send you, what you need, right? And it sounds kind of like he's already aligning you, bro, right? The same thing with me, bro. Like I said, we as men, we wouldn't be able to be what we are to our full potential if we don't have that support, bro, at home. And of course, it's good with your parents and dad and mom. They're always gonna be our support. They're our parents, bro, right? But I'm telling you, bro, it comes from the woman. She's there. At the end of the day, you're gonna go home. You're gonna be a certain way. As much as you want to, you talk to God and you do your things, and that's great. Don't get me wrong, but you're always gonna need that little just support, bro.
Yeah,
the extra
for sure,
support that's different from your parents and friends, and then it just kind of because at the end of the day, you could be vulnerable too to your woman. This as men, I'm telling you right now, bro, that's the biggest thing, especially coming from the law enforcement side. It's hard to you gotta lock in, right? It's almost like being a fighter, bro. We're going into pretty much a war for up to 12 to 16 hours at a shift, and I tell people, it's not like a switch. You don't turn it off and turn it on, if you're gonna lock in for X amount of time, let's say 5 days of work week, and you're gonna have 2 off, or vice versa, or 4 or 3, those 4 days, those 5 days, bro, you're locked in, and you're gonna and then I'm gonna be honest, depending if we don't have the right mindset, discipline, woman, relationship with the Lord, we go to other stuff, alcohol, drugs, whatever the case may be, right? Everyone has their own forte. For me, it was gambling, right? And so, you can kind of get off track, right?
For sure.
Lose sleep, lose focus, lose stuff. So yeah, no, that's very important, and I think that we didn't really touch on that with Isaiah's, but see how this one already, like we've kind of already. I want the fans to understand, like I want them to get to know really about the fighters, right? Like how it is, like that's how you camp. Like 8 to 10 weeks, bro, you're pretty much ghost. You're just locked in, right? And some camps can even go a little longer, right? Even a little shorter. Like I know that Isaiah said that one day he took a 3-day fight. Have you ever done that?
No, but I'm not opposed to it,
Okay, so and there you go, 559. Everybody else or whoever down the road, you're always willing to take a fight. So that just means that you're always, like you said, you have that mindset of going forward, being a striker, being that guy that first came out, right? I kind of could feel it. I'm kind of excited now, bro. Like I'm really pumped up now to see Isaiah and to see you, see your guys, your two other partners coming out. I feel like this is gonna be. I've never been to a UFC fight. I'm an MMA fight. Sorry.
Yes, sir. No,
I've never been, bro. And so I feel like I really enjoyed the Fight for the Fallen when I went. I had never been to really a boxing event. I went to the July 12th event and then the Big Dog Bare Knuckle. But the Big Dog Bare Knuckle, I really worked it. Remember I was telling you, I was doing pods fights, so I didn't really get to go and see the fights. But I'm really looking forward to this one, bro, to seeing you in the main event. I feel like this has been a really good podcast. Like if you really broke it down to us, is there anything else you want to touch on?
As far as like, you say you're looking forward to being on the to watch the fight. You gotta say shout out 559 Fights. Jeremy.
Go. Okay. And I found out who he was on Isaiah's podcast, so now Jeremy, a shout out to you.
Yeah, no, they 559 goes crazy with their shows and what they do for us as fighters and for the people that go watch, the supporters and it's a very well ran show or event. And you're gonna like it, man. You're gonna go back to it for sure.
Yeah, I look forward to it. Like I said, when they reached out to me, bro, I was so honored. Like I never had, like I told you, doing Big Dog Bare Knuckle. It's all about networking, right? Obviously, a shout out to George Zuniga and LeVar Johnson and Ralph Alvarado out there for giving me an opportunity to work their event. It's kind of opened doors for me, bro. Shout out to Elalio Gomez and shout out to Rick Vital, Boxing Vitals, bro. Those guys have been such a blessing. Really like just supportive, right? And as I'm going, like I said, getting to know you, getting to know Isaiah, getting to know all these fighters that have reached out, and I look forward to, like I tell people, when I tell you I'm on a podcast with you, bro, I will. One thing I learned about working in the prison system, the jail system, is that all you can give is your word, bro. Your word, that's what you stand on, right? It's respect in your word. And I can tell you like that, not only do I have those two, but now I come with like I come with love, bro. I try to like show everybody like, hey, I genuinely care. Like I want to know who you are. Like I said, I wanted to break it down. Like I want people to understand like you as a fighter.
Yes,
get to know your style, know who you are, where you fight out of, right? I know you're from Kalinga. You are the op though, because I'm from Mendota, bro. So we're rivals, but it's all good. Look how good God is, bro. We came together. Like it's good. Like now I might spill a little beans right here on your podcast real fast. But we're currently working right now to try to maybe do something for like the high school football.
Oh, okay,
and we can go out and give some love to like I know Kalinga's coming off a Valley title, right, from last year. Tomorrow,
I think they were undefeated too on that run. So hey, shout out Kalinga.
Respect. Shout out.
They went crazy.
Yeah, there you go. And did you play football?
I did. I played football. I graduated 2018.
Do you think that helped you with the aggression for being a fighter?
I'm sure. Yeah, everything contributed to it. So yeah, for sure.
No, for sure. Because I'm gonna be honest, bro. And one thing I did notice about you guys too is like, man, fighters, you guys getting in that cage, like that's much respect, bro. Like I could never do it. Like man, I was even feeling something like the energy, like before you guys go, like when at least this is only Big Dog, because remember, but I'll get to see on your guys. I'm gonna pay attention to it too. But it's like I trip out, like man, these guys are like going in there, like. I don't know if I couldn't do it, And maybe in my younger days, maybe, but I doubt it, Like it's just.
And then they're going bare knuckles, so hats off to them.
Yeah,
even
sure. You gotta be a different warrior for that kind of stuff, bro. Yeah. I mean, in general, all of it, right? Just to even step in the octagon. But yeah, no, bro. I really want to thank you for coming on. I want to give one more shout out. So we're gonna do August 23rd, the Visalia Convention Center, 5:30. We got Mr. Cisco Hurtado. He's gonna be the main event, right? And yeah, bro, he's going to we talked about fireworks in August, right? So
yes, sir.
There's going to be a lot of fireworks, like 559, they say they host a great event. I've heard nothing but good things about it. It's going to be my first time attending, so I look forward to kind of checking it out. But I want to thank you for coming on. And usually, if I'm gonna find the verse again, but if you want to like finish anything off, any more shout outs you want to give, and we can kind of go from there.
Yeah, I just want to give a huge shout out and thank you to
And right there, there's the camera right there.
Oh, okay, cool. I was
You're
like,
good.
there's like 5 cameras.
I haven't seen
here,
you walking,
so
but that's yours.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just want to say a huge shout out. Thank you to everyone that supports. As far as from my coaches, thank you to my coach Bubby, Coach Robert, my coach Andre, Coach Mike out there in Avenel. Thank you to all the teams that opened the doors to us. Thank you to my sponsors, Strength Valley. Thank you to Robert, the Squeeze Squad Lemonade. That's actually funny. Both Squeeze Squad and Strength Valley, their names are Robert. So shout out to the Roberts.
Shout out to the Roberts.
The
for
Roberts.
Sure. Yes, sir.
And then shout out Pablo Monochrome. He actually great news this week. Pablo, we've been working on this for a minute, and we got a personal logo that Pablo did. So shout out to him.
Okay.
And if you guys ever into I don't know, you guys get tattoos, hit them up. They're on Fulton Street. The shop named Monochrome. Great work.
Okay.
They got a couple of tattoo artists there, and I just thank you to them. They're always supporting, and it's a blessing that to have them. Shout out my strength and conditioning coach Cam, for getting me right and putting the time, even when we're apart from just all my coaches that put the time in, even when I'm not with them personally. They're always thinking of ways to help me reach my goals and get better. And I wouldn't be here without them. My teammates, Enoch, Israel, Sid, Cheetos, always in my camp. But and Israel, it's been a blessing. Sid, great part of the camp. And my partners, you guys know them. And then others, we got guys that Nate, like my teammate Nate and Andrew, like Nate, you guys will see him sooner than later. I don't know when Coach has him to come out here, but I know Coach, eventually that's part of the plan. You guys will meet Nate. He's had Muay Thai fights. Orlando, he's a Muay Thai champion as well.
Okay.
Nate's he's coming off a win in Muay Thai and IKF, so we have good things coming up, and shout out to them. Beso, so it's just we got it. It's a little more than just whoever you guys see in the cage. It definitely takes a village. My coach's family, they always support too, and just our significant others.
For sure.
They go through it too. Trust,
Yes,
even as much as we don't want to put them through it, but it just comes with the territory.
Yeah, like you said, preparing, and you have to get locked in for those 8 to 10 weeks. And shout out. I know you dropped one name that we might have him on the podcast soon, but Enoch, man, we're gonna get you. Yeah. We're gonna come for you, and
the humble beast, Enoch.
When the time is right, like I said,
sir.
Isaiah 60:22. When the time is right, and the Lord will make it happen. But I know I kind of already reached out to him, and there's a couple other. And the kind of crazy part how this aligned is, you being from Kalinga, and one of guys that's kind of like a team member of mine, right? That kind of helps me out from time to time. He's from Kalinga as well, and we were gonna link up with you prior to 559 reaching out to us. So kind of like see on God's timing, bro. Everything happens for a reason. But yeah, no, bro. I mean, I look forward to it, bro. Like I said, it sounds like it's gonna be an exciting night. Like I said, it's gonna be. I'm gonna start saying this now. Fireworks on August, bro.
Fireworks, yes, sir. Last but not least, my coach Dimitrik too. Always takes time out. He's hella busy, and he always opens doors for we could go and train with them. So one of my other striking coaches too. So
for sure. Now shout out to everybody, like you
Andre,
said.
Coach Andre, welcome to the team.
For sure. And then, like I said, we look forward to I'll meet all of them hopefully at the fight.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll introduce you.
I know like we're gonna be there. We're not necessarily gonna work the event. But I mean, pretty sure I'm gonna take my mics just to be on the safe side, and we can get a little something for the podcast, right? And then we can throw out, like I said, as we push yours out and Isaiah's, we can kind of get you guys on and then throw a little interview. And then I always tell people too, like maybe not necessarily soon, but down the road we always do a part 2.
Oh, for
maybe
sure.
Like within time, right?
Yeah, whenever.
And then because then especially as it goes, we can kind of touch back on because remember this is your adversity fight, bro.
Yeah. This is
I like that,
the
right?
Comeback.
This is the comeback. So
I'm
gonna call this podcast the comeback.
Oh,
there you go.
Shoot, yeah, okay. That's hard.
I like how you're just dropping. See, it's gold, bro. It's natural. All right, so we're good to go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So we start every podcast. We end every podcast with the Bible verse. So Deuteronomy 31, and Verse 8, do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord will personally go ahead of you. He will be with you. He will neither fail you nor abandon you. Deuteronomy 31:8. And with that being said, I want to thank you, Mr. Hurtado, for coming on, bro. And I look forward to seeing you once again, August 23rd.
Yes, sir.
At the Visalia Convention Center. Doors open at 5:30. You can catch this gentleman on the main event. And like
Yes,
he
sir.
said, fireworks in July. We're going to call it the comeback. We look forward to it. And we'll see you out there, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys. Thank you for
Alrighty.
having me. See you guys out there in August.
Yes, sir. Thank you.